Right then, coming up in this video, I swim in wastewater. Why am I doing this? Well, you'll find out later on. Right then, this is a cheap adventure to Golden Sands, which is a city in Bulgaria. Now the name Golden Sands does not sound very Bulgarian. That's because this is a created city. This is a newly built city created purely for tourism. So this is literally a tourist resort, or what you might call a tourist trap. Now this is on the Bulgarian coast, and 40 miles south down the coast is another similarly named city called Sunny Beach. However, Sunny Beach and Golden Sands are both very different. Let's first take a look at Sunny Beach. This is a rip-off of Benidorm. This is Bulgaria's version of Benidorm, which is not really as posh as Benidorm, and the buildings are not as tall. So it's like a cheaper version of Benidorm. But what's similar about Benidorm is Sunny Beach has all of the hotels very packed together. This is very much catering for mass tourism. People that want a cheap sunny holiday. Meanwhile, if we've now got over to Golden Sands, this has a different feel to it, as this is more catering to the more upmarket luxury end of retreat hotels. If we take a look at Golden Sands, notice that it is in a forest. This actually looks a bit like Center Parcs in the UK, a posh luxury resort in the middle of the woods. And notice this place does look incredibly posh, but it's not catered to mass tourism in the same way. It's a lot more upmarket, which also means it was harder for me to sneak into places because there's not many people about, so I wasn't exactly able to blend into the crowds to sneak in places. But nevertheless, I still had a good look around. So let's start off with the first posh hotel, which is Hotel Vistamar. This hotel looks like this. It's a 4-star hotel and the lifts are some Arona lifts. Also a second set of Arona lifts which have the previous generation of buttons. Now, as for the swimming pool in this hotel, despite the fact this is a 4-star hotel, the swimming pool was very cold. So let's now leave this hotel and move on to the hotel next door, which is the Grifid Noa Hotel. And this hotel is very posh. This is a luxury 5-star hotel. And just look how posh it looks. And the first 2 swimming pools in this hotel are actually outside of the hotel across the road. And you can actually go across a bridge from a hotel to get to these swimming pools. And these swimming pools look like this. But sadly, they were very cold, too cold to swim in. So if you go up a little Arona lift to the bridge, then if you go across the bridge to the mezzanine of the hotel, there is a very posh looking swimming pool, which looks very nice. However, this was still too cold to swim in. So then I now go inside the hotel and it's got some Arona lifts. Let's go up to the top floor. It looks like a pattern. It's not. It's just where someone's. I don't know. So it's done something to that. It's not meant to look like that. Oh, infinity pool. So the top floor of these lifts is the hotel's rooftop, which has a very posh looking infinity pool. An infinity pool is a swimming pool with an optical illusion where if you're swimming in the pool, it makes it look like the pool goes out to the horizon. But the water in this swimming pool was also too cold to swim in. You cannot go up, but there's still an up button, because look, it's this rooftop. There's no chance you could go up any higher. Oh well. So then, let's now leave this posh hotel and take a look at the beach at Golden Sands. This is what a beach looks like, and it looks very nice. So then, let's now take a look at some of the touristy things around Golden Sands. There is a mini version of the Eiffel Tower. However, a lot of the things around Golden Sands were shut. This is because the holiday season finishes on the 30th of September, and I visited on the second week of October. A lot of stuff had already shut down, which I find very weird. It's still nice and warm in October. Why would the holiday season finish when the whole area is still nice to visit? That means most of the hotels are only open for 4 to 5 months in a year. How can they profit being open such a short amount of time? And as for McDonald's has closed down on the 30th of September. There's now no fast food in the whole of Golden Sands, which is very weird. And there was also no proper supermarkets, as these had also closed down on the 30th of September. Anyway, let's now go along to the next hotel, which is another posh, luxury 5-star hotel, which is the Admiral Hotel. However, even though this hotel looks very posh, it didn't really look 5 stars to me. This hotel has got some Otis 2000 lifts. And as for the swimming pool is located off the main hotel site, over on the other side of the road, and unlike the previous hotel, there's no bridge going across to it, which seems a bit not good for a 5-star. And this pool's also got freezing cold water, and it's got the dreaded water bar. However, at least the bar counter in this water bar is still quite high above the water level, unlike the ones in Spain and Egypt, where the counter's so low down, I don't know how the bar doesn't get flooded out. So then, let's now go along to the hotel we are staying. Now, this hotel claimed to have a swimming pool which was open during my stay. So, let's take a look at this swimming pool for me to go and swim in. Oh dear, it looks a bit green. I don't know how I can count this as open, more like I just forgot to change the listing, so this I feel was a bit of a scam. Anyway, let's take a look at the lift in my hotel, which wasn't working. And now along to my hotel room, which looks like this. It's a perfectly nice room. This is actually a 4-person room, even though it was just me staying here. Now, this hotel costed me £21 for this night. However, my hotel at Sunny Beach, which was only £17 a night, was the same size, but this was actually a 4 apartment. So Golden Sands seems like it's more expensive than Sunny Beach. Oh dear. That's not meant to be like that. So then, I now leave my hotel and go along to the next luxury 5-star hotel, which is the International Hotel. And this hotel is posh. And up on the first floor of this hotel, there is a very posh looking infinity pool, which looks very nice. But the water was still very cold. As for the lifts in this hotel, the first set of lifts are Schindler Iconics, but they replaced the Logic. What the fuck? Who made that stupid decision? This does not feel iconic at all. Nothing about it is iconic apart from buttons. nothing about this feels biconic, despite the fact it's got biconic buttons. This feels really strange. It feels like a generic logic. That's generic. They've modded it. They've kept the button panel, they've changed it. Why would someone do that to a biconic? It's ridiculous. Normally it's the other way around. Normally buttons get changed and the logic stays the same, but to change the logic, keep the buttons is one of the weirdest things I've seen. Oh. And the second set of lifts in this hotel were boring Otis Gen 2s. Oh dear. And now we'll go along to the next hotel, which is in the forest area, and it's got some Cone EcoDiscs NMX 11 lifts. And up on the top floor, it's a fire foul, because the door to the rooftop pool is locked shut. There's no stairs here, so if the lifts didn't work or the lifts went in fire mode, I am now trapped here. So then, that's Golden Sands complete. I now leave Golden Sands and go along to the spa resort of Sunny Day. So the similarity between the names does make it a bit confusing. So you've got Sunny Beach, 40 miles to the south, which I'll show in a separate video. You've got Golden Sands, which I've just shown you. But this one I'm now showing you is Sunny Day, which is not to be confused with Sunny Bay, which is located in Hong Kong. And it was actually called Dark Bay, because the bay is in the shadow of the hill. But when they built the Disneyland theme park, Disney did not like the name Dark Bay, as they thought it didn't sound very good. So Disney requested that it be renamed to Sunny Bay, despite the fact it's no longer a logically correct name. Anyway, back to Bulgaria. Here I am in Sunny Day. Now Sunny Day has got a natural thermal hot spring. This is where hot water comes out of the ground, heated by a volcano. Now a lot of hotels have commandeered this water to make their hot thermal swimming pools. Anyway, before I get onto the free to use water, let's first take a look at the posh hotels which have commandeered this water. And the first hotel is this one, which has this hot thermal swimming pool. Oh dear, it looks a bit mouldy. Just look at all of the flies flying about around this pool. Just look at all the algae built up around the water. That is not good. Because this hotel closed down on the 30th of September. And it's now a real contrast. Look at how mouldy the water is compared to how posh the surrounding swimming pool is. Now the lift in this hotel is a Schindler 3300 with capacitive buttons. So now along to the next hotel at Sunny Day. This hotel has got a generic lift, but this lift is actually quite interesting for a generic, as it's got full proper levelling, and you can also cancel calls with the lift buttons. Stops at the floor now. Can I start it back up again? Oh, there it goes. Let's reverse it. See, is it going to reverse? Yep. Reverse it straight back down again. Let's go to -1 instead. And now along to the next hotel, which has got some Arona lifts. Another Arona. Now sadly, I wasn't able to sneak into any of the open hotels with hot thermal pools. So let's now take a look at the free to use thermal water, the wastewater. This here literally is wastewater. It is the water being discarded from the hotel swimming pool. When I first saw this, I just thought, what the fuck is going on? This person was sticking her head into a wastewater pipe. Turns out this is actually the best spot to relax for free in this hot water, because I'm now going to show you the official designated free spot to use the thermal volcano heated water, and that is this, and it is filthy dirty. The whole area looks very polluted, like it's never been maintained in ages, and it looks very mouldy looking, because let's face it, untreated hot thermal water will attract bacteria. And this water is coming directly out of the ground down the pipe to this free to use area. And the water stinks of sulphur. It smells so badly I didn't even want to use it. And the pool of water where people are standing has been made out of sandbags, and there was even fish swimming around in the water while the people were using it. And the people using this water looked like they were from some sort of cult. The way they are rubbing the water into themselves because they believe this water has some sort of healing properties to it, which is complete pseudoscience. So I chose not to use the water in this free to use zone as it just looks so unhygienic. Nearby to this, there was a hotel which had a swimming pool on the outside which had commandeered some of this water which I could have swam in, but this still looked a bit unclean and still smelled of sulphur. This means at the wastewater pipe is actually the best spot to use the water. Because this is wastewater from a hotel swimming pool, the hotel has filtered the volcano water because their posh guests using a pool won't want to use a pool that stinks of sulphur. So because the hotel's filtered the water, then discarded it, this is far better water to relax in. Because even though you're now relaxing in water that other people have swam in, that's not really an issue. Unless, of course, the people that swam in it pissed in it. But that's unlikely considering these are all posh people. So swimming in filtered wastewater is better than swimming in unfiltered fresh water. So this is a free spa, basically. It is entirely free. To see what comes in there makes it a bit colder. This is wastewater from their spa. This is so fucking strange. I've never had this before. I know it's a place in an island in Portugal, that's like a third of the way to America. One of those islands, Ponta Delgada, that has something similar where people actually swim in the wastewater of that spa. So, what's the best part of the trip to Bulgaria coast? Swimming in wastewater. What the fuck? This is so weird. So basically in this spot you have to dig your own swimming pool because it's not actually that deep, but you can then dig it out. You see over here someone's actually dug themselves a little swimming pool. See, someone's actually dug that so I can sit in it a bit better. It's just so weird. Then over here you've actually got the outflow. It's where people dug out the main pool. This is so weird. Gotta get my phone wet, that's the outflow. That's actually really hot as well. And this wastewater pipe spot is not mentioned anywhere on the internet. And I feel the locals are not going to be happy with me for posting this on my YouTube channel, as they don't want people knowing of this spot, because if people found out about it, too many tourists would come and overcrowd the spot. And finally, here is a random abandoned building which I came across. This building is looking very trashed. So then, that concludes this cheap fly adventure to Golden Sands. So make sure you also check out my video of the cheap fly adventure to Sunny Beach.